Crypto kids, get ready for major volatility on the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum because we are about to see a breakout, and that's suggested via two things. One, a compression on the Bollinger Bands not experienced from October 2023 and onwards. This degree of compression tells analysts and traders that we will have a very, very large move. Now, unfortunately, John Bollinger's indicator tells of magnitude but not of direction. Direction will be determined via other technical indications, such as the symmetrical triangle that we've got forming, the macro analysis with the 200-week moving average retest. So today, we'll cover all of that and build a thesis on where it is Ethereum and Bitcoin may go to. We'll talk about Saylor, we'll chat about geopolitical tensions and updates there, what the prices of crude oil are doing, national debts, and more. But we must begin with breaking news. World Gold Council CEO David Tate has stated, ladies and gents, that Bitcoin is going to zero. Oh my goodness. It must be the end of the world now. What is Bitcoin going to do? What are we even doing here anyways? I should just change my name from Crypto Kid to Gold Kid. It's exactly like the Airbnb CEO stating that hotels shall exist no more, or electric car manufacturers saying petrol-powered vehicles will exist no more. Nobody cares. Bitcoin is better than gold in every single step of the way. Bitcoin is finite, gold is non-finite. Bitcoin is transportable from country A to country Z with a $10 fee and a 10-minute transaction time. That's it. How are you going to transport gold from, let's say, America to Singapore? How's that going to work? Can you transport $1 billion worth of gold, $10 billion worth of gold, $100 billion worth of gold from one side of the other world to another for $10 and almost instantaneously? No. The world hasn't woken up to this fact yet, which is why we're trading at a measly $64,154, and gold is worth 20 times above the market capitalization for BTC. One day that's going to switch. When it does, it will be too late. But right now is the opportunity. And I see an opportunity on the short-term time frame too. Symmetrical triangle, Bollinger Band compression. We'll talk about it. Right before doing so though, guys, if you appreciate daily videos, even during the depths of the bear market, please make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe to become a crypto kid, and turn on your notification bell. I was supposed to upload a very cool new video of a type that you've not seen before here on this channel last weekend. But sadly, the production of the video got delayed and it's going to be tonight. Turn on the notification bell. I promise you, you're going to find it interesting, and I'm very excited to see you all there in roughly 6 to 7 hours from now, 6, 7. Now, the symmetrical triangle. See, we've been in a W, and W patterns create consolidations at the end of it, doing the expected move, which in this scenario should have been a reversal upwards. A symmetrical triangle breach with a confirmation of volume on the daily candle will coincide with a breach of the upper Bollinger Band. If we do that, the target for my end is $66,700. Now, anything above, I do not want to promise, but you know that an inverse head and shoulder will be completed. You know that $66,700 is major resistance, and we could even start conversating on the 200-day moving average potentially. But I don't want to overexcite anyone. That is if BTC breaks above the resistance of the symmetrical triangle, which coincides with the upper Bollinger Band. We will likely have a vigorous move, and the 200 daily moving average will be in the short-term expected possibility. It has nothing though, it shifts zero, nada, in the macro thesis. I don't want to get it confused. Short-term price TA and macro-based price TA are completely different. Q4 capitulation remains the base case scenario until or unless the 4-year cycles are broken. This short-term price action, even if we go to the 200-day moving average, doesn't change it. What would change it is a breach above $69,000. Then we can sit down and start thinking of opening our $500,000 position earlier than expected. For now, nothing to be concerned on for the macro plan A thesis. But breaking below 62.7, the support of the symmetrical triangle and the lower Bollinger Bands is a recipe for disaster. Now you know what I'm doing. I have a scalp long position open for Bitcoin just to hedge myself against that potential price appreciation into the purple line or towards the purple line. And my stop loss is situated at $62,200, right below key levels that we've been analyzing so far. That's how I'm playing Bitcoin from a scalp, short-term trading perspective. I've got a long that I will stop out at 62,200 because jumping beneath that level suggests much further depreciation, and it will give the crypto kids, it will give myself an opportunity in my books to buy at way, way cheaper prices. But I am comfortable in keeping a small long position to catch any upside that we can see with a breach of symmetrical triangle resistance, upper Bollinger Bands, and the value area high. Let's knock on wood. Going above 64.4, I may even consider adding to that position. If I do so, I'll let you know immediately on the Crypto Kids Telegram community and LevX as well. So make sure to check out the Crypto Kids Telegram community, and if you're a part of the LevX community, then I will adjust and share the positioning there. Guys, that concludes the first part of this video. Ethereum is doing a similar thing. If we shift over to Ethereum, Ethereum's got a more beautiful W. Ethereum's symmetrical triangle represents more of a bullish pennant. You'll notice the difference. It's quite clear. Yeah, Bitcoin has a pole too, but it's not as distinguished as what Ethereum has provided to us on its daily time frame. It's the same. The breakout thesis is the same. Bollinger Bands have squeezed. They've compressed more than Bitcoin, actually. Going above $1,927 should bring us into at least $2,000, probably even $2,400. On the 4-day time frame, we've broken above a critical falling wedge pattern already. But I was not convinced due to the lack of volume, due to the lack of interesting candlesticks. They've been poppy candlesticks so far. So I need to see Ethereum go above with volume over the bullish pennant resistance, over the upper Bollinger Band, and then we can talk about $2,400. I don't want to get anybody excited. This is something that I would really not want to do because it's a bear. Chances of going lower in right before Q4 are much more elevated than the chances of increasing by any means at all. So let's be patient. Let's observe. If we start breaking below the support, then we'll be, if I'm at 90% confidence of Q4 capitulation, I'll be at 96, 97% confidence that we're going to go lower before increasing. I'm happy to just watch it. I'm happy to be a spot appreciator or spot accumulator of Ethereum only. Have my minor scalp position open for Bitcoin. Wait, observe, get out immediately when the blue turquoise line is gone, and just get that extra bit of discount to do leverage accumulations, but spot buy all throughout. Spot buying, something that Michael Saylor had done very frequently up until a month and a half ago, where he stopped and began to buy USD instead of Bitcoin. Thankfully, on Monday, no Bitcoin were sold. They accumulated $150 million of fiat, rebought $132 million of stretch, but thankfully, no Bitcoin had been liquidated to do those undertakings. Geopolitically, it's a mess. It's still a mess. It's insanely tragic that we couldn't reach a bureaucratic peace and an end to this madness. The 60-day ceasefire, which was created in June, was set to expire yesterday. Some news sources are stating that Americans are talking with the Iranians through back-channel links to try and to renew the ceasefire. Hopefully that's what takes place, but as of now, no credible evidence suggests that. In fact, the Strait of Hormuz is experiencing very low traffic. It was 2 ships the day before, and it's 6 ships. Excuse me. It's 6 ships today, so the traffic is insanely low. A lot of ambiguity, and attacks on vessels that are transported happen on a day-to-day or a bi-daily basis still. Let's not even talk about Europe and the Russia war between Ukraine, because I find that to be getting out of control also. And the market seems to agree. 30-year bonds, 30-year treasuries have reached a 19-year high. People are so uncertain, and they don't want to accumulate American debts that much because they don't believe that America can pay off their debt with $40 trillion and no way, shape, or form of reducing the debt. Nobody wants to accumulate long-term American treasuries. 2007 was when we had such high yields. And I'm not confident, I'm really not confident for traditional finance jumping into Q4. I'm not confident in the American economy, with restrictive monetary policy being the path forward, the logical path forward. We'll find out in Jackson Hole next week if that's where Fed Chair Kevin Warsh wants to be seeing monetary policy within. But crude oil prices are at $85. Bearish divergence on the daily, so short-term decrease can be expected to around $80. But anything above 75 will increase inflation. And with higher inflation, you'll have more restrictive monetary policy. You'll have tough luck on paying your national debt or refinancing that at any area which damages you financially at the lowest point that can be feasible. The higher the interest rates, the more they've got to pay for debt refinancing and coupons to new purchasers. And the economy is so bad that Gen Z have moved 50% of their money from investing towards sports betting. They've lost all hope. Half of Gen Z believe in socialism over capitalism because they think that capitalism isn't serving them any justice. And it's true. You can't get a new job. First entrant jobs are not available on the market. Okay, currently hired people are not getting fired, but first-time jobs are not there because AI is taking over. So what is Gen Z supposed to do? Can you blame them? We are going into a huge disaster. The disaster may not kick off visually this year. It may not kick off next year. Stock market prices are not a accurate demonstration of how economy is doing and performing. It may not kick off this year, may not kick off next year, but it will. The financial system, the corrupt one that exists today, will come to an end. And when it does, Bitcoin's value will soar. If you're wondering why, please read the Bitcoin Standard. Please do some research on the history of money. We work our entire lives to make money, but we don't know how money has been created. We have no idea where money comes from, what sorts of money previous civilizations used, which led to hyperinflation and the failure of said civilizations. Once you do that research, 50 hours of research into money for the thing that you spend your entire life trying to get and attain more of is nothing. Do that, and it will all make sense. Thank you, Crypto Kids. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.